Yo, yo, what's up, everybody? How's everyone doing? Hope everyone's having a good weekend. Just give it a couple minutes here for some people to join, then we'll just hop into it. How's it going, Wasik, Nicholas? Yo, yo, what's up, Steven? All right, is the audio okay, everyone? Audio okay, video okay? We'll get right into it here. No need to dilly-dally too much. Just give me a thumbs up in the little chat box here, and then we'll just get going. I'm in Canada, Steven. I live in Canada. Alright. I will assume everything sounds and looks okay, and we'll just start going here. I feel like there's like a serious delay between what I say and then what shows up, or how you guys hear it. So yeah, there you go. Okay, cool. So let's get into it. So welcome back to another weekly Ethereum and Chill live stream. Obviously, just want to thank my sponsor, PrimeXBT, for making this happen. Show them some love and appreciation. Sign up. I have a link in the description of this video as well as in my tweet. Sign up. Use the platform. It's a great exchange. Give them a follow on Twitter. And obviously, nothing contained in this video here is financial advice. Obviously, always do all your own research in any kind of investment or trading. So let's get into it. Obviously, I am in the wrong path on my page because I'll be posting just fucking fire analysis, like I'm telling people to short, the absolute. I'm giving you all the juice, exactly what to do on Ethereum here. I get some memes going, but shorting ETH, right? 385, 110 likes, not bad, but the likes are low, and then all of a sudden I just post some fucking shit post. This shit has blown up. So clearly I gotta realize that maybe my brand is no longer trading, and people just want to see the memes. There's just so many better meme makers out there than I, but it is what it is. So let's just get right into it, guys. So Ethereum it is respecting the price action, respecting the levels, that we drew out in the last stream. So I ended up shorting Ethereum here. So in the very first ETH and Chill video, I believe this is number 3. In the very first video, we talked about Ethereum moving up, right? This is either number 3 or 4, but we were down here in the first video. And I said, I'm expecting a move towards here, and that move is a short down to here. That was the plan from like 3 weeks ago. start of September, whenever the first stream was. These are all on YouTube. I leave all of these on YouTube so you can go back, watch them, see how price action progresses over time, see how my levels get respected, don't get respected, and just also so you know I'm not BSing you here, right? We're calling this stuff in advance. We're drawing it up on the chart. I'm taking the trades, and we're watching it play out together. That's what's fun. Obviously, it's slow, right? So I'm taking these trades, right? Remember, I'm taking these trades off of the high time frame. So when I did the first video, I said I expect this level. After we made this dump, I said I expect this level, this weekly level, to come back and get retested. And then if you zoom in, all I did was I took that weekly level and I refined it down to an H12 order block. Okay? Who is fucking with my goddamn order blocks? And I refined it down to an H12 level to give me a little bit tighter risk reward, right? Because if you're looking at the weekly here where the order block starts up here, my stop would have to be way up there. So if I refine it down to this H12, when I shorted here, my stop's just above here, right? And I talked about this exact move up, right? This rebound here, this move up, this was discussed on the very first video. Then in the second video, we talked about getting short here, stop just above here. And then it started to react. And then in the last video, okay, the last video from last Sunday, we talked about this. I said, okay, there's a lot of different ways we can look at this. I broke it down several different ways. And what I did is I said, okay, well, if we got a range here, I think I took maybe these lows to this high, right? So if we got a range here, we were trading right around here, right? Okay. So if we got a range here, you could argue this is a deviation, right? And then a pullback into here, this order block, would be a good long towards the mid-range or at least towards resistance, right? So there it comes, right? Price came down, spent a day trading around this order block here, and we got another touch of the range low, and then boom, we had to move up right into resistance, right? So there was a day trade in there on the long side, not something I personally took. Let's see if I can do this a little cleaner for you here because I was short biased, but I talked about this in the last video. I said if you could consider this a deviation, we could come back into that range low. So here, I'll just do the exact same thing I did with the weekly down to the H12. I'll do here. I'll take this H12 here. Okay, boom. I'm going to refine that H12 down to the hourly. There's the order block, right? So I've taken the H12 level. I now refine it down to the hourly. Oh my God. I now refine it down to the hourly. Why is it doing this? Never do this. I'd never want you to extend. Refine it down to the hourly. Boom, right? So there's a touch. Stop there. There's another touch. Your stop still goes there. This one came right in and pinged the H12 level. Boom. So we have multiple pieces of confluence. We have the H12 level. We have the range low, right? And then we've refined it to here. We've got a break in market structure here on the hourly. So, I mean, this is a long all day, right? Where are you targeting, right? You target these highs here, right? This is a 2-to-1. From here, stop here to there is at least a 2-to-1. And then it went further, right? Came and gave you another touch, right? Boom, came, gave you another touch. So there's multiple, intraday long opportunities. So if I'm giving you a bias, let's say I'm expecting price to do this, because that's originally what my plan has been for 3 weeks now. It doesn't mean that this is the only trade, right? There's trades here, and there's trades here, and there's trades here, right? So this would be what I would consider, because I still think we're going down, is a counter trend long. It doesn't mean you can't take it, right? And it's all relative to time frame, right? So if the H12 is like this, well, the H1 in this leg is going to be in an uptrend. So you can long it, right? You just got to remember that you got to remember your high time frame bias, expecting it to eventually turn around. So that's all you're seeing here. So, I mean, I gave you guys these levels, and I even talked about this exact range setup. Go watch the last video. I talk about this exact range setup, deviation, regain the range. There, I just refined the 12-hour order block. 3 tests there, right, to move up. So I didn't take those longs. So I shorted 2 weeks ago Ethereum, as well as Bitcoin. And then we had, I'm just going to get my original chart back, hopefully. Okay, there we go. So I shorted here, okay? And then when we had this, like, this day here, so this was like, we were up, and I sent a tweet out, right? So what I try and do, guys, is I'll try and tweet about, and use the same levels, the same charts, right? So you guys can keep up with my thoughts. And I think I tweeted here. No, sorry. So that's an old one. Yeah, here, little funny guy. Yeah, cutting shorts. ETH was up on the 17th. ETH was up like 8%. This is the 17th right here. Right, this is one daily candle. So ETH was up like 8%, and so I was like, I'm cutting because this looks strong, right? So basically, what did we do? We came into that block I was talking about here, right? We failed to break down. Oh, fuck you. Fuck you. Failed to break down, right? And then we came up, had a huge push up, right, into resistance still. I'm still aware of this as being resistance, right? But what I was watching was this. I was watching this, right? So when we closed below these highs, SFP'd it, I was like, okay, I'm getting back in short. So that was my trigger to then get back into shorts, right? We also came into a 3-day block. I'm going to talk about this in a moment, but I just reshorted. So basically I took a short here, closed it here for slightly better than break even. And then when we closed this candle below here, so an SFP into the bearish order block, to me that was a signal to reshort, and my bias remains to the downside. So what we're looking at here now is the reaction after that SFP. So SFP into resistance, right? Selling off here. Now what I need to see for my short to be right, and essentially to see this play out, this scenario here, right? So I've marked out that SFP, right? I want to see us break down. We've got to lose this order block here. This here. Okay, so if we can now get below here, why? Why is it doing this to me? Why is this the standard? What the fuck? Can someone tell me why every time I do this, it draws a stupid fucking yellow one? Fuck you. Pardon my French. I know there's children probably watching. So I want to see us lose here, right? So if we can get below this order block, then I'm definitely going to be right on this trade. And I'll expect us to then obviously go down to my 290 level that I've been talking about for a while now, down into here. So we've got some nice lows to run here, right? This could kind of be a bear flag, right? And then just want to see us break down. And this is where I'll look for bullishness, right? Alternatively, right, just like here, if we can now regain this SFP level, right, I'll flip to look for longs up into here and ultimately, you know, back into the high. So if we can flip the SFP level, I'll start getting bullish, looking for longing pullbacks towards the highs. But for now, I think my plan is working. I'm glad I was able to reshort. I would have been really bummed if I cut my short here and then didn't reshort. So what is the entry for the reshort? So, I mean, again, few ways you can enter. My first short was just we came into the H12 order block, right? First test is usually the best one to sell. The second entry, right, we came up again. I ended up cutting the trade, but we ended up just running this high, closing below. So this is basically just your SFP kind of setup. So as soon as this candle closed below, you could have shorted. This candle also closed below. You could have shorted there. Or what you could do is you could zoom in. And so what I'll give you an example of in a second here is how you can actually get a really tight entry using this bias, H12 bearish order block, H12 SFP, high time frame. We're aiming for a low after a break in market structure. But how can I get in super, super tight? So I'll talk about that in one sec. We'll just check the chat here, make sure everyone's with me. I'm recording the game, so no spoilers, please. can I block this person? I'm putting you in timeout. Don't ever speak that LeBron James blasphemy here, my friend. I will. I will talk to them. I've talked to them already because they wanted me to chart on their website, and I said no chance. I need to chart on TradingView. So I am talking to them about implementing TradingView charts. Ted, I'll let you out of timeout when you apologize to LeBron, and please don't spoil it for me. I'm recording it. Be a bro. SFP stands for swing failure pattern. Okay, swing failure pattern is like this. That's an SFP. So basically what you want to have is a swing, okay? So a swing, for me, a swing high is you have the middle candle is the highest, and then you have a lower candle on either side, right? So there's your high, lower candle, lower candle. That's a swing high. A swing failure pattern is when price wicks above the high, but then closes back below. And then what you could do is you enter as soon as this closes, and your stop goes here. Right? So you could enter as soon as this candle closes, stop above. That's how you'd play that. All right, is everyone still with me though? Take that as a yes. Okay, so H12, SFP, blah, blah, blah. Another thing, right, is in here. On the 3-day, what did we do? We're into this 3-day breaker. Okay. This is a breaker on the 3-day chart. It's an ICT concept. Again with the yellow. Fuck you. Fuck you so hard. And the extension. Why is it doing this? Why? Why do you hate me? Okay. So we have the up candle, or the down candle, excuse me, before an up move that runs a high. This would be another SFP here. Okay, so huge SFP on the 3-day. Into the breaker, okay, and then what do we get? We get this 3-day candle closing bearish, okay, and this is now a 3-day swing high, potentially, right? We could just come, just because this is a swing high now, it doesn't mean it can't just come up and print, right? Like here's a swing high here, right, and then boom, right? So it doesn't mean it can't go up here, but a swing high is potentially the start of this rolling over further towards our 290 level, right? So we also, in here, you can see we ran those highs, right? So we ran the highs there. And if I zoom in now, all of a sudden, you can see, right, we ran this high, we closed below. So on the 3-day, it looks like just like a big, top, and then, a candle here and a candle here. This is 3-day, 3-day, 3-day. What we can look now on the H1, right, is for bearishness. Look to sell a retrace. So instead of having the stop, so you could enter here, stop here, right? Or I'm going to go back to the H12, right? What we can do is now zoom in and say, okay, well, I'm bearish for reasons X, Y, and Z, right? So there's your H12 SFP. Once we're back below this level, right? Well, here's a swing low. There's a break in market structure. Am I not just looking to sell this pullback with my stop, right, above the order block I sell it into? Can you already see the fib retracement I'm about to pull from here? What do you think this is going to give us right here if I pull a fib? Perfect 70-50 touch there. Okay, into what? See, look, yellow. Why? You son of a bitch. It's going to do the extendo thing again too. Okay, so up candle before down move. Bearish order block right here. Up candle for down move, right? See, now I actually want yellow because I'm fucking layering them. I hate this so much. Someone tell me why it keeps clicking extended right when I don't fucking want that. Oh, what did I do? right? Bearish order block, boom, and now look where your risk is. You're shorting here. Maybe you put it right at the 75. I'm putting it at the order block. So why am I not entering? Why am I not entering on this pullback? Right? Why am I not entering on this pullback? Why am I entering on this one? Does anyone know? So I have the order block here. We SFP'd. The H12's closed there. Why am I not entering right here? Why am I entering here? Does anyone know? Exactly. Exactly right. So the reason I enter not here, right, is because when am I officially bearish? So I'm bearish on the H12, right? But a lot can happen. So what I'm looking for, right, market structure shifts on the high time frame first and then on the low time frame second. Or sorry, completely opposite of what I just said. Market structure will shift on the low time frame first and the high time frame second, right? So if I'm looking for continuation, let's say this is the H12 chart. If I'm looking to know when this retracement is over and we're going to see continuation on the H12, what I'll be looking for here on the lower time frame is bearish market structure. And that's exactly what you're seeing. This exact drawing is exactly what you see here, right? We have the H12 pullback. When is this going to start rolling over again? Well, we're looking on the H1 for bearishness. And so we came into the high, closed below. There's my order block, but I'm not selling here yet because this is our swing low that I want to see broken. Once this swing low is broken, to me, that's bearish market structure. So we have a high and a low, but we could have made a higher high here, right? But now that we've made a lower high here, broken this low, now we have bearish market structure. So the next retest, that's the one I'm selling, right? And so instead of just having your stop super loose on the H12, like above the order block, or on the 3-day, like I showed you, way above the order block, both of those are valid. You can now get in super tight here. You put your stop just above this order block, right? You could put it looser, but just above the order block, right? And now where am I targeting? Well, we just made a low. That's your first target, right? Where's your next target? Probably this order block here, right? And that's where we're bouncing from right now. So all of a sudden, instead of being in a 2 or 3 hour trade based on the H12, right, you can have one of those 5, 6, 7 hour trades. Ultimately, right, I like these lows. And I mean, down to 290, a lot can happen though. We could see another move up. But what I've just shown you there is how you use the high time frame, and then you can use the low time for the high time frame for your bias, for your levels, and then using the low time frame, excuse me, I'm like got the hiccups, to then get in and dial in on a really tight entry, right? Because on the H12, right, if I just eliminate all of this here, if I go out to the H12 and I'm selling based on the H12, the tightest my stop is going to be, right? The tightest my stop is going to be, let's say I traded this like an SFP, the tightest my stop is going to be is there, right? And so trading just into the low here, right, it's a 2-1. That's the exact same entry setup, targeting this low, right? Entry is here, same entry because you're entering on the SFP, but my H12 stops there, right? Where if I'm using the H1, I can dial it in, right? And then ultimately, I'm aiming for all the way down here. So if I'm right, this is going to be a banger. And my stop's not quite this tight. My stop's a little looser in reality. But this is an instance, right, where now that we've moved away, right, now that we've moved away, you could trail your stop down here if you want, because we've now moved away, right? So we shouldn't come back up here. If we come back up for this high, we're going higher, right? So looking at the H4 here, right, this is kind of where we're at. Still the extendo right. So this is where we're at right now. We're bouncing here. So now is this going to make a higher low? That's the question. So really what I want to see is this. If we're able to hold this low, because we do have this, right? You could argue that, hey, maybe we're going to actually continue up here, right? But my thoughts are this is a bear flag. But a bear flag, right, we could put another level here, right? We could have a head and shoulders here. A lot can happen. I'm still leaning towards the downside. What I don't want to see really is if we come up here, I want us to sell off quickly, because at this point, right, like I said, always want to sell. The first test is always going to be better on an order block or a level, right? So there's your first test, right? Second test, right? I don't want a third test. We all know this. What happens to Bitcoin at the 6K floor? Right? The bounces are getting weaker, weaker, weaker. Level gives up, right? More taps at the level, the weaker it becomes. So I want this to sell off sooner than later. Ideally, I would like the start of the week for us to say maybe a little bounce towards 380, and then I want to see a sell off. If we get below here, I'm right, and we're going to 290. If we get above here, I'm wrong, and we're going higher, right? So, I mean, we'll see what equities look like tomorrow. Obviously, I know Bitcoin, you know, kind of hovering right around here. So I don't love that, you know, we broke through this level. It makes me think we could go higher. So we could still go much higher, right, up into here, and then still leg down, right? But my short will be stopped out on ETH if we get this kind of move on Bitcoin. So if we look at, we'll just add SPX 500 here real quick. If we look at the SPX, you know, filled in this gap here. So question is, right, how's this going to look tomorrow, right? If this candle all of a sudden closes the big old doji, you know, that could be bullish. If we get a bounce here, we go up towards these highs here, that's going to drag Bitcoin and Ethereum up. But for now, I'm sticking in my short. You know, gotta wait and see what happens. No reason for me to cut at this point. You know, it is the weekly close. So this is my key area here now on the H4. I want to see us break below here. I wouldn't be, look at the wicks here. This is going to bounce. We are going to see a green day tomorrow. So it's Sunday for me here, Sunday at 5:30. Tomorrow we will see a green day in my estimation, my Monday, just based on H4 order block here. Right? H4 order block. There's your higher low right into your fib. Right? Higher low right into your fib. But what I want to see now, if I'm bearish, right, I want to see this bearish order block get respected. So if we come up here, I want us to reject here. And this could be another short entry right here with your stop above there. Okay? That could be another short entry for trading lower. But I want to see this bearish order block get respected. If we blow through this bearish order block, I'm cutting my short and I'll look to flip long. And I'm telling you, based on these wicks right here, this is the H4 chart, we're going to see a move into this order block tomorrow. So compound, get short. If we get above this order block, flip bull. And I don't mean bull to all-time high, but, you know, bull towards higher prices. Maybe we're going to come up here and test 440, right? This could be a short. If you zoom out, right? Up here would be my next area of interest for a short. And why do I, and people, you know, why you keep shorting? Why you keep shorting? Well, look at this fucking run we're on. This is the first major top we've had since we started this run here. Absolutely straight up. First major top we've had. Of course, I'm going to look to try and short here. Right? What does this look like to me? This looks like this. Fucking monster run. Monster run. Let's go down a time frame. Monster fucking run up. Of course, you're going to look to short a major 75% retracement. Could be wrong, right? But, you know, you short that all fucking day. And you'll do the same thing on ETH. So, again, like I said at the start of the video, if I'm saying, okay, we might get a bounce here. So, yeah, I want to short up there. If this short gets stopped, this is where I'm shorting next. But from here to here is a long way. I will try and long on the way up there. So, if you look here, right, if I'm expecting this if I'm expecting this bounce to happen, right, I don't need to just sit and wait for price to come all the way up here to short again. If we break through this bearish order block, right, I can look to getting a long towards here. Why not? This would be a great trade. This is a big move. You know, from here to here, 10%. I want to be in that, okay? So that's my thoughts on Ethereum based on the weekly close. Let's just look at the weekly here real quick. To me, this still looks like we're going down. So, I mean, we can come up further, like I said, but to me, this still looks like down. Key resistance there, right? That basically right around 400, but this whole area here is key. If we get above here, and I know we're talking weekly chart now, right? So if we start trading above here, we can target up here. If we start trading above here, I'm targeting way up here. Okay. So that's it. I think that's good enough for today. Let's see here. No breakage short term. Yes. Retest, no breakage structure. Exactly. So, I mean, yeah, I mean, your first touches off support and resistance, usually, right, if the trend is really strong and you're right, that first reaction usually should give you a quick snap in the other direction if your levels are good. Love your style, though. Can you recommend a course for H12 order blocks? So a lot of what I learned, Steven, is from ICT, the Inner Circle Trader. That's one of my main mentors. I learned a lot from a guy named Kazanomics. He's not on Twitter anymore, but he does have a website. I learned a lot from Tom Dante. I learned a lot from Trader SZ. He's a great friend and a great trader and educator. I've learned a lot from... those are kind of the main price action guys. I've also picked up stuff in my time on Twitter. I'm very fortunate that I'm friends with guys like Cred and Don Alt and a lot of the other price action traders on Twitter. We've exchanged ideas, but those are kind of my main people I've learned from. And then what I've done is just kind of made it my own. I've spent a lot of time, thousands of hours looking at charts, finding out what works for me. So I wouldn't say how I trade is one-to-one how any of those guys trade, but it's an amalgamation of various different styles. And yeah, I mean, I do a ton of videos. On my YouTube. I have a lot of old ones from a year, 2 years ago where I explain a lot of how I trade, how I mark up charts. So feel free to check those out as well. Did you really just change your name to LeBron Sucks? Bro, we might have a problem. LeBron Sucks. You're going in timeout, my friend. I'm sorry. I'm that much of a fanboy. Suvali Bront. So many responses. I don't trade ETH. Can you move to BTC? I'm not going to cover Bitcoin in this stream. I will be doing that in another stream, probably tomorrow or Tuesday. Tomorrow, Tuesday, I'll do a Bitcoin and other altcoin stream. This is just specifically on ETH. Maybe give a reason why to use Prime. If it's an execution-only platform with slippage of $5 to $13 when you use 10 to 20 BTC orders. So I haven't had slippage that bad on Prime. Maybe I'm not trading as big orders as you at one or at any given time. What I like about Prime more so than trading crypto on it is trading commodities. I like that on Prime I'm able to trade gold and silver and things like that with crypto. I think it's a growing exchange. I think the people over there are great, and so they're helping me out put on these streams. So I'm more than happy to trade on their platform. I think if you're trading just pure Bitcoin and you're trying to change massive size, I don't know if any exchange is going to offer you the liquidity that you can get on BitMEX. Right, so You got to know what you're doing, how you're trading, what kind of size you're trading, what kind of trading you like to do, and then use that exchange. That makes the most sense for you. But I've really enjoyed Prime, and yeah, to be honest with you, the most stuff I trade on Prime is commodities, and I'll trade commodities. I do that gold and silver videos, metal video on Friday. I trade commodities on Prime. Would you ever possibly do live trades? Not sure what you mean, like record a trading session or something like that, potentially. Lots of ideas for future videos. But yeah, I'm really just kind of trying to get this YouTube channel going again. I was really active on it a couple years ago and then just got busy with other stuff. I was doing Bitcoin Trade Group for a while. I was doing that group. I'm no longer doing Bitcoin Trade Group, so I have more time. So I wanted to start doing more free videos. I think one of the reasons I got popular is I was posting all of that free content, and I was consistently uploading to YouTube. So I want to start doing that again. I would love to see this YouTube grow and see 1,000 or 2,000 views per video like I had before. So I'm going to be trying to do 3 or 4 videos a week, and I've been going pretty consistent for about the last month now. And so the goal is to just keep that up. Okay, so cool, guys. I appreciate y'all tuning in. If you have any questions, anything you want to know, anything you want to see in the next video, leave a comment on the video, shoot me a DM, comment on my post, whatever. I'll be back same time next week for another Ethereum video, and I will be doing a stream some point this week. I'm going to aim for an hour-long video. Where I just cover whatever you guys want to see, whether it's DeFi coins, fuck it, old altcoins, excuse me, got like the hiccups, Bitcoin, everything, equities. I'll do just a big old classic main hour and a half full of rants and swearing, the whole 9 yards. So stay tuned for that. I will be back again with this video next week, metals video on Friday. Again, thanks for tuning in. Thanks again to Prime. Show them some love, sign up. Yeah, we'll see. Check out one of my videos. I have a video on TradingView. If you follow me on TradingView, it's just Trader Main. I have a video where I go over a trade kind of live, but yeah, that's definitely something I could consider doing, is recording a trade and then explaining how I took it. All right, guys, thanks so much for tuning in. I'll talk to y'all next week.